Welcome back, everyone, to the Apartment Geek, something that was started in 2017, 18, and then kind of fizzled during COVID. And I'm the only one kind of guilty of that. Not guilty, but responsible for that. But I'm back, and I'm proud to be back after some amazing travels this summer that took me to Greece for 3 weeks. Some amazing islands that I kind of had a journey through over there, and a little bit off the beaten path too, which was pretty cool. It wasn't just the highlight ones you always hear about. And then Croatia, Spain, ended up in Germany for a few days. So it was a 32-day kind of this deep dive trip into really where is, who is Chris Robinson? Where is Chris Robinson going? And a big part of this is serving and inspiring when I can, and helping and kind of sharing the, wisdom's a big word, but sharing the wisdom that I've gathered over 21 years of being in the apartment business in San Diego with different hats, from a broker standpoint, a consultant standpoint, and an owner of numerous apartment buildings myself, which I'm proud of. So I'm really happy to be back and be doing these weekly videos that are not only apartments, because we're going to be talking about business in general and life. So this is kind of a real estate tune in with some depth, and talk about lifestyle and adventure and some other things. So the little bit of real estate talk that I want to kind of go over today is like end of summer update. We're in September of 23. Interest rates are almost 7% on new financing for apartment buildings. And what does this mean for like values? And I'll tell you right now, and I didn't think I would be kind of admitting this, but values are going down. And I was always the guy that said values really don't ever go down in San Diego, which I'm kind of kicking myself for. But we're seeing things that I'm looking at today that are lower valued assets than they were 3 months ago, 6 months ago, a year ago. So we're starting to see this deterioration, which is kind of due to this standoff that we've had for the better part of 23, 8 months. Buyers are down here, sellers are up here. So there's really hasn't been a ton of activity, a ton of closings. And now we're seeing properties where the sellers need to sell. It's an estate sale. It's a dissolution of a partnership. There's a death. There's a divorce, and there's an actual motivation. Well, the sellers are having to make deals and come down to buyers who are now expecting lower prices. And it's kind of starting to trickle down and very, very slowly create new sales comparables that are a little bit lower. And frankly, I think we're going to continue to see that. Nothing catastrophic that we may see in other parts of the country, because San Diego is very, very resilient, and the sunshine's not going away. The lifestyle is amazing, and it's not changing. So rents will kind of stay pretty solid, not 10% a year increases, but I think we're still going to have rents that slowly climb 2, 3, 4% a year, and that will help. But generally, it's very slow market from a sales standpoint, and values are coming down a little bit. In the next 2 videos, we're going to really be talking a lot about what you can do today to take care of yourself when you have to refinance your properties. And then what can you do today to help your NOI, help increase your NOI? That's going to be extremely important for when we kind of continue moving forward. And when you at some point have to refinance some of these loans that are at 3.5%, 4%, 4.5% interest rates, that now would be 6.5 to 7. And who knows where rates are going to go. So it's an interesting time in the market. Not a lot going on. The one word that a lot of the big owners I talk to are talking about is the word patience. So if you're patient, you're going to get a better deal down the road. Returns will come up. Cap rates will rise. Right now, it's very difficult to take a 3.5% cap rate and take it to a 5.5%, 6% cap rate deal, because of all the rent control. and the tenant relocation and the fact that we don't want to, and we can't go just kick out everybody from these apartment buildings like what we saw in the last several years, especially from a lot of the value add rehab guys. So tune in for the weekly updates. I'm happy and excited to be back. And if you have Europe travels the rest of the year, let me know, because I can give you some of my nuggets of what I discovered. All the best. Thanks for tuning in to Apartment Geek and Chris Robinson.